Welcome to Creative Tien channel. Today I'm going to crochet a simple cardigan or vest, and I'm going to have two pieces in the front, the left and right, and one big piece in the back. And I like it to be more lacy like, so if you look closely, it has a lot of open work and it's very easy to make. The yarn I'm using is Premier Just Yarn Tweed. It's actually from Dollar Store. So each of this is $1.25 now from Dollar Trees. Usually I don't like pure acrylic yarns because sometimes they feel like plastic and not very soft. But this one is surprisingly comfortable to crochet and it's very soft and it doesn't split easily. So I'm very surprised. But their colors are kind of limited, so I go with a very basic gray. And each ball is about 98 yard or 90 meter. So for this project, I bought 6 balls. I hope it's enough. It's worsted weight yarn and the recommended needle is 5 millimeter. And I'm using 5.25 millimeter crochet hook. That's just what I have around. Here's a little sample. We are going to start with chain stitch and crochet upward. And for the neck area in the front, I'm going to have a little bit of scalloped edge. And that's very easy to make too. And I already finished one side of the front. I started with 33 stitches and crochet up. And then I will do some of the shaping. And the other parts I didn't do any shaping. It's just a rectangle. For the back piece, it's similar. You can start with 66 stitches. I add a few stitches more. I cast on 69 stitches. And just crochet the same way up until the back of the neck. And I continue from one side, make 2 rows, and attach yarns and continue another side for 2 rows. So in the center, it's a little bit lower. I think it will fit better this way. I'll show you how I do the front panel. First, I start with a slip knot, and I do 33 chain stitches. And you can always start with a sample and decide your own row count and the stitch count. After 33 chains, I start with 2 chains for the height. And I'm going to use the double crochet. That's a US turn. So you just grab the yarn and skip the 2 chains I just created. Go to the 3rd chain and finish your double crochet. And then I'm going to chain 1 and then do another double crochet. And I will skip the next chain stitch and go to the 2nd chain. That's our double crochet. And then we will chain 1 again, and then we do a double crochet again. And again, we skip the next chain stitch and go to the next chain stitch. So we just keep repeating that. We'll chain 1, we'll skip 1 chain, and do a double crochet. You can see create some type of ladder or open work. So we'll repeat until the end. And here is the last one. Chain 1 and double crochet to the last stitch here. Now we finish the first row. and we can turn and continue chain 2, and then we do a double crochet. The first double crochet we go in the hole, the first big hole here. So we insert the needle below all the chains into the hole. And then chain 1 again. And then we go to the next big hole here. We do a double crochet. And then we just keep repeating that. In the beginning here, it will look like 2 vertical lines together, and that's normal. And we'll just continue the same for every row. Here's the end of the second row. Chain 1, go to the next big hole. So I can do chain 1 again, and then double crochet into the little hole here at the end. That's our second row. And we'll just continue that until the length we like. Do 2 chain stitches and double crochet. One chain, go to the next hole. So basically it's very straightforward, and sometimes if you're not paying attention, you might crochet 2 stitches into the same hole. If that's the case, you will have increased stitches. So one way to check is to count how many of the openings you have, the big opening. I have 16 openings here, and the same in the bottom, the first row, 16 openings. If you have more openings, then you will see it increase in the width. It gets wider, and you know you make mistake somewhere. And you can rip it back, or if it's not too serious, you can just decrease stitch to keep it the same width. So I need around 23 rows, and I'm ready for the shaping. So this is what we try to achieve here, to have those scallop looking curve. And since this project, the front and back side looks the same, so it doesn't matter which side you want to be the front. I'm going to start from this side here. First, I have 2 chain stitches for the height, just like before. And then I'm going to make 3 double crochet into the second hole. So we skip the first one here, and we make 3 double crochet into the second hole here. The first one. And we go to the same place. Second, one more. That's our 3 double crochet. So you can see we create a curve. And then I will just keep going as usual. So we will do 1 chain and then double crochet into the next hole here. So that's what it looks like. And we'll keep going the same way. 1 chain and double crochet. And at the end of this row, we will do the same. 2 chain stitches and turn. And we will do the same way back to this stitch. Here we are near the end. I have 1 more hole here. I will do a double crochet. And for this side, I don't do any of that scallop stitch. So we will do this every other row. So now we will turn. I can chain 2 stitch first and turn. Now we can do the same scallop stitch again. We will make 3 double crochet into the second hole. So we skip the first one, insert to the second, and make double crochet 3 times. That's our scallop. And we'll continue going 1 chain, double crochet to the next hole, and we'll keep repeating 1 chain, double crochet. So that's how we do the scallop. So we do this curved stitch every other row. There will be 1 plain row in between. Totally, I make 5 curved scallop for the front shaping, and you can adjust it. If you want it smaller, you can just make 4. And on the other side, I didn't do any shaping. It's just a square. So that's my front piece. That's a scallop. For the back piece, I crochet the same way from the bottom up, and I start with 69 stitches. I always start with odd numbers for this type of stitch. I have about 9 openings, 9 holes on each side, and I need 2 rows on each side. So I leave the center a little bit lower. It will fit nicer for the cardigan. So the next thing is to sew up the front and back piece. You will be the shoulder line there, and on the side, you can add sleeves later, or you can skip the sleeves, just sew up here. So you really have to measure your own body and see how many inches you need to keep it open. And it's always better to have a little bit extra, so it's not too tight. And after that, we are going to add some trims in the front and the bottom, and also the sleeves. Now we sew up the sides and the shoulder. We just need to add a trimming and edging. And it really depends on what you want to do. I will just do a scallop crochet along the bottom, along the front, and on the sleeves. I started by attaching the yarn and chain 2, and then I'm going to do 3 double crochet into the second hole here, second square. I will skip the first one and go to the second one 3 times. And try to keep it a little bit loose, not too tight. And after 3 double crochet, I will chain 2. And then we'll do a single crochet in the next square, next hole. And then repeat, chain 2, double crochet, three times, and then chain 2 again, and then we'll do a single crochet. So you can see we create a scallop edge. So I will do that all the way around. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.